Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. With the Optic Major just upon us, let's take a look at these matchups and see what we have going on for the weekend. We'll get some predictions out there and see who we think is coming out on top. So the first matchup we're going to look at, which is, let's just start from the top, shall we? So we've got Surge and Guerrillas first up. I think we're both the same on this one, saying that Surge are coming out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
yeah,
I think the LAG are playing pretty poorly at the moment, and Surge have had a bit of an upturn, so I think that one's pretty cut and dry for me.
So Guerrillas will be going down to face Legion in the bracket below. So Surge coming out on top in that game. Then the next up we have Faze and Thieves, which huge game, huge match.
Game very early on. It should be a final, really.
Yeah, massive game. In our Warzone Weekly video, which you can check out in the description below, we did quickly discuss that this is our match of the day for that one. So do hop on and check that game out. It's going to be a nice game. So that leaves with Surge and Faze in the round after that, and that puts Thieves down to face Rokker in the elimination round 2. Then we have Breach and Optic. Both teams at the moment, I think, playing pretty well. But I think we both agree that Optic can come out on top in that matchup.
Yeah, I think Breach are playing really well at the moment. But to me, I'm like, Optic on their best day, Breach on their best day, I would back Optic like 10 times out of 10 for that, honestly.
Obviously, and also it's an Optic home major, so they're gonna have a lot of fans in the audience, exactly, which should hype them up a little bit. Hopefully, they will be on top form, and it's always exciting to see when they are. So that puts Optic into the next round, and Breach down to face the Ravens in the elimination bracket. Then after that, we have the Ultra and Subliners. So I'm not sure we completely agree on this one. No. You are going Ultra to win this.
Yeah.
I do think New York might win that game. But we're gonna carry on with your predictions on these ones. So you've got Ultra to win that, who will face Optic in the next round, and then you've got New York to face the Florida Mutineers in the elimination bracket. So if we move on to the elimination bracket, then we have Legion versus Guerrillas, and we both agree. No, we don't agree. Oh.
Yeah, I went a bit controversial on this one.
You're saying that Legion are going to be winning this. I'm not sure.
I just have a feeling about it. And Legion have started to play a lot better recently. Don't get me wrong, I don't think they're, suddenly a powerhouse team. But, like, again, Guerrillas are just not playing well. And I just have this feeling that Legion, are just going to pull something off.
If so, then obviously, elimination bracket, one team moves on, the other team is out. So next up we have Thieves and Rokker, and I think we both agree on this one, both going Thieves to take the dub.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Rokker are very bad at the moment. Thieves are playing pretty well.
Thieves are playing really well.
The only reason Thieves would be down there is because I have them losing to Faze.
Yeah, again, that's a tough match. That's a tough match.
Yeah, so
I think it's going to be a tough game for that original first one for them, but I think they should have a more comfortable matchup against Rokker, which obviously Rokker are then out of the major. Boston Breach versus the Ravens. Ravens have picked up a few more wins over the last couple of weeks compared to recent times, but I think we're both agreeing that Breach will be taking the dub on that one. I can't see Ravens coming out against him. Breach are playing well at the moment. I really do think they are. I think Ravens could pull it off. Are they likely to pull it off? No. I'm gonna say 70-30 is their chance, like Breach's chances of winning 70-30. I'm saying there's a 30% chance Ravens could pull it out, but it's looking unlikely. So we are saying Ravens with a first round exit. Then New York and Florida, we are saying, I think we both agree on this one, that if it goes to this, which obviously I disagreed in the first round, but if it goes to this one, New York coming out on top. I can't see Florida doing much.
Well, see, you say that, but in the qualifiers, in the last round of qualifiers, I can't remember which week it was, but Florida beat New York 3-0.
Yeah.
But I just think this would be different. If it comes out the way that I've predicted it, then, and this matchup does happen, I think on LAN, New York, but and they would have done a VOD review of that 3-0 loss to Florida.
Yeah.
They would have gone back to the drawing board and been like, that was an awful game. What have we done wrong? And I think if they come up against Florida again, they'll be gunning to take them down and be like, that was a blip. We're better than you.
Yeah.
And move on.
But that puts us back up to round 2 of the winners bracket, which is Surge versus Faze. And I think we both agree on this one. Faze coming out on top in that fight, and Surge moving down to the losers bracket. I think we both agree on that one, so that's not a problem. Then next matchup, Optic versus Ultra for this. Obviously, we disagreed on the first one. Out of that, then I think we both agree Optic coming out on top in that matchup.
Yeah. It'll be a really close game, but I think Optic will win that, especially on LAN at their home, like we said, at their homeland as well. But yeah, I just think that Optic have what it takes to beat Ultra.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. So then we're on to losers round 2, first match in this setup. This scenario being Legion versus Thieves, and I think we're both agreeing that Thieves coming out on top in that one, and then Legion getting the boot. They're out there at that point.
Yeah.
I'd say that's fairly standard. I'd love to see Legion pull off a big old world star and prove everyone wrong, but the likelihood is going to be Thieves coming out on top, and then we've got Breach in New York. Again, that's a tough game. I think both teams are pretty strong there. You have Breach coming out on top, and I think I'd agree. I think I'd definitely agree. Yeah, I think I'd agree on that.
I thought you'd go New York. I think this is one of the hardest matches to call out of if it plays out this way, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of the hardest ones for me to sort of pick in my head, because I was like, if that matchup happened, that's a really close game.
Yeah, I think so. And then after that, we have the round 3 losers. Yeah, round 3 losers is next, and then we have LA Thieves moving forward. I think they're going to be beating off Surge to move forward, which again I think that's a tough game. I think Thieves will be moving into that round though, and Surge will be on their way out. And then we have Ultra versus Breach, and you have Ultra. I would have Breach. If it was playing out this way, I think I would be choosing Boston Breach. It's an interesting setup, but
I might be giving Ultra a lot of credit, but I just think that if they can get it to click, that they are a really dangerous team, and they've got all the components, they've got the right players. Maybe it's like my heart wanting Ultra to do well, but
don't get me wrong. I think that Ultra can do it. They've got guys like Scrappy who's been playing really well recently. And he does have the ability to really get the team kick-started in a match and really pull a switch around as well. So I think they've got the players to do it. Are they going to do it? I don't know. But do they have the ability? Definitely.
Yeah.
But after that puts us up to the winners' final. Faze versus Optic. Which is basically a final, right? That's a big matchup. That's a huge match. One of the best of the weekend, I think. For sure.
It's a game that everyone wants to be the final, because it's just the old classic Faze Optic. Like, everyone loves it. I'm going with Optic out of this one. I mean, based on the fact that, again, I know we keep saying it, but Optic at their home major, that, and I think out of the last 8 times that Faze and Optic have matched up, Optic have won 7 of them now.
Oh, really? Is it?
I'm pretty sure I saw that stat.
Wow.
Optic have not lost to Faze in a while now. That is both on online and LAN.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that every time Optic seem to have Faze's number. So.
But to be fair, I think the Sunday is gonna blow people's minds. The Sunday is gonna have some of the craziest games leading up to the final. So you've got Faze Optic in that winners final, and that's a tough one to call. You have gone with Optic to proceed to the final.
Mm-hmm.
I think either way, I think Optic make the final. Whether they go straight through for the winners final or if they drop down to the elimination final,
That's a good call, actually.
I think either way, I think they make the final. But that's a hard matchup to call. And so you've gone with Optic to make the final, which means Faze move down to eliminations. Which means you have Thieves versus Ultra to match up against Faze at that point, and you've gone with Ultra.
And I feel like the first part of my bracket prediction was like pretty normal, like like standard.
And then you
then
just lost your mind above the bottom section.
I've apparently just turned into like a Toronto fan because it looks like I just love Ultra.
Is your shirt on the way? Is it? Your jersey being sent to you? Yeah.
But I don't know. Is there something about that Toronto team? Like I said in the other matchups, like I just think they have all the parts and they can do it, and that is a tough game to win.
Well, if it's going the way you say, that leaves us with an elimination final to get into the championship final with Faze Ultra. So you've clearly lost your mind because you're going Ultra making the final. So you're saying Ultra are going to go on the maddest spree that we've ever seen, taking out Breach, Thieves, Faze, and then to make it to the final to the Optic. If they can do that, then fair play, and I think there'll be amazing matches on the way to that. If this scenario plays out, I think those matches will be amazing to watch. And so for that reason, I hope it does play out that way because it'll be great to watch. And then obviously the championship matchup, Optic and Ultra in this scenario, you have gone with the home winners of Optic, which in that scenario, then I can definitely see them winning. I'm surprised that you didn't pick Ultra to win the championship final. I'm surprised that you haven't got Ultra to be the next president of the United States. But in that scenario, I definitely think Optic could be coming out on top. I think it's a really tough call. If it plays like this, then I think it's a really tough call. But Optic can definitely do it. They did it on their last major. They came out on top and took the trophy home. But guys, let us know if you agree with these. If there's any there you particularly don't agree with. If you're a Toronto Ultra fan and want to agree over here as well. But guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again next time. Cheers.